Here's why your first hire shouldn't be full-time and why it doesn't need to be. So I get you might be drowning in work and your instinct is to find somebody who can just take it all off your plate. But let's be honest, you're also worried about their salary hitting the company and the burden it can put on you. We don't need to even go there. So here's the thing, you don't actually need to hire for somebody 40 hours. What you need is to hire a really great person for 10 hours. And I'm gonna show you exactly why fractional hiring isn't just smarter, it's actually way more profitable. I'm Trisha Shortino, the CEO of BELAY, and I have helped thousands of business owners expand their capacity and grow their businesses with remote fractional teams. By the end of this video, you know exactly how this approach works and why I can't stop recommending it to all the business owners. Reason number one, full-time is expensive. You know, you want to avoid wasting money on overhiring for things you honestly just don't need yet. I get you want to bring somebody on board, but full-time might not be the cost you need to burden. And fractional is a great way to get started and get great talent for the portion of time you actually need. So what I would tell you here is you know you need a hire, you know you need to bring somebody on board, and if you actually sat down and thought through the list of things this person can do and ran it through a time study, I guarantee it's not even 40 hours. We actually practice what we preach. We still do it today as a 9-figure organization. I was the first fractional hire. I started with the organization at 15 hours a week. I quickly rose to 40. I hired an EA for 5 hours a week to start. It eventually grew to 40. I've hired a marketing assistant who started fractionally and eventually grew. We even used fractional bookkeeping for our organization for many, many years until we didn't. The truth is it's a great way to scale your business and manage your costs at the same time. There's no need to take on the burden of a 40-hour person if you just don't need all those hours. The second reason, you need the right 10 hours. That's exactly what you need, and maybe it's not 40 hours of a generalist. So why not consider hiring somebody who's specialized in those 10 hours you need versus a generalist and give them 40 hours of miscellaneous tasks. You could have a 10-hour executive assistant, a 10-hour marketing assistant, and a 10-hour week bookkeeper versus one person who you think is going to do all three of those tasks. And let's be honest, those are three completely different skill sets. That's why fractional is amazing for your organization. It's something we've done throughout the years, like I said. Even today, as a large organization, if we're running a new project in marketing, let's say, and our marketing team is 15 people deep at this point, we are running a new project and we need a new skill set or a specialized person to join our team to help launch that. We won't go hire a full-time person. We will bring on a fractional marketing assistant to lead a new initiative until the role has hit critical mass, and then we bring them on full-time. Reason number three, you need to hire for outcomes, not attendance. You want results, not somebody watching a clock. Hire for the outcome. It actually forces you to lead through a role completely differently. You're going to measure their impact and their outcomes instead of focusing on how many hours of work did they do for me. Why not focus on what exactly did they accomplish for the organization? Maybe what you need them to accomplish is give you peace of mind so you can sleep better that night. Maybe you need to accomplish the launch of some certain outcome or put off some event. Did the event go live? Was the event successful? Manage that. Don't manage how many hours they worked that week. Think through things like revenue per employee to anchor costs instead of hours worked. To avoid getting a hire, here are the steps to think through so that you don't make a mishire or you don't overhire. Number one, literally write a very detailed job description. And I'm not just talking theory, I'm talking a detailed job description aligned with tasks, OKRs, what you actually need them to accomplish, and KPIs. When you start with this and think through what this role will look like, I pretty much guarantee you it's not going to be 40 hours a week of a person. Or like I said earlier, it's going to be so many competing skill sets, they don't fit into one person. We've actually had many clients come to us who had multiple competing priorities, and we were able to give them 2 or 3 separate people with 2 or 3 different skill sets because that's really what they needed, instead of assuming you can get all those things in one person. So I promise you, you can find somebody that is right for you on both sides of that, and you don't have to be miserable. Bonus tip, you can go further faster. You want execution? You can do it now if you use a fractional hire. The truth is organizations like BELAY who do this for you. Imagine the time you have to spend hiring somebody full-time. You have to build that job description, you have to post it somewhere, send it out to friends and colleagues, you have to vet every single resume you get in, you have to interview all those people, and then pray to God you hired the right full-time employee. And if it doesn't work, repeat the process. But if you work with somebody like BELAY, we've pre-vetted all of that. We've helped you skip all of those steps. Actually, we can get you ramped on and onboarded within 1 week with the hire you need. Already pre-vetted, already interviewed, already ready to join your team. So speed to execution and getting that doer on your team is something that can happen very quickly when you're thinking through the fractional model. So if you're thinking about fractionally hiring, I've distilled all my insights and put them into a free guide, Delegate to Elevate. Hit the link in the description and start building the business you actually want to run.